Hey everyone, and just welcome back to the channel and welcome to just another video. Today I'm just going to teach you guys about your f-stop or your aperture. Your f-stop and your aperture control the plane of focus that you will experience within your camera. So the lower the number, so f1, 2, those kind of numbers, the more shadow depth of field you will get and the more blown out your background is going to be. Once you start going up to things like f10, f11, f12, that is when you will get the most depth in your photos, where everything will be in focus from the foreground to the background. And they are primarily used in things like, landscape photography, things like that. And so I'm just going to show you today using my camera, and I'm going to use this plant as an example. So what I'm going to do is I am going to bring this down, which is the 50mm 1.8, bring it the whole way down to f1.8. I'm going to take a quick snapshot. Because it's pretty bright outside, so the lower your number, the brighter your photo is going to be, the more light that gets into it, and vice versa. So if we there we go. So that photo is going to be thrown up on the screen now, and as you can see, the plant itself is in focus. The background is blurred, and this is most popular with things like portrait photography, things like that. And so now what we're going to do, so we're going to just increase this to f5.6, which would be the minimum on a stock lens. And we're going to shoot this one more time. There we go. That's a bit. So, like I said, the higher the number, the more light you're going to have to let in, either by opening up your shutter, or not opening up, sorry, slowing down your shutter speed, or putting up your ISO. So we're just putting down the shutter speed to 1/250. I'm going to take the shot again. There we go. So that shot's going to be up in 3, 2, 1. So as we can see from it, the background now is kind of in focus. You can kind of see a bit more of the definition, whereas before the whole thing was blurred out. So that is going to be your starting point for a kit lens, because usually kit lenses are 5.6 to something. And so from that, we are going to go all the way up. We're going to go to f13, and we are going to put that ISO up, because they don't need to be the greatest photos for this demonstration. So we're going to put that ISO up, and we're going to shoot at f13 at 1/100. Take that shot again. And now you can kind of see the background's in focus a lot more, and we can see that depth of field has dramatically changed. So the maximum that you can go up to, at least on this, is f16, which you shouldn't see too much of a difference on, but we're going to show you anyway. So we're going to do this one more time. There we go. So you can see now in the photo coming up in 3, 2, 1. So as you can see, the photo now, you can clearly see each individual bricks within the house, and you can see that it is a completely different shallow depth of field, and you can still see that this is still in focus, but so is the building at the back, and that's something we don't want unless it's in a landscape. So you're better off if you're doing things like plants or portraits. You want something along I would say from f1.8 to three or four, and you'll get that nice depth of field that everyone looks for. Also, it always depends on your lens as well. For instance, the lens I'm shooting on now is an 18-55. Its minimum aperture is a 5.6, whereas this is a 50mm prime with the lowest aperture being a 1.8. Depending on your price range, the lower the aperture typically means the higher the price of a lens or a piece of glass, and the sort of cheaper the higher. It's just sort of the way it works, especially if you're looking into going for prime lenses. But as you can see as well, the whole office has changed. I am doing this outside, so it's a bit of a difference from being indoors with studio lighting. I just thought that today I could actually do something practical on the channel, and so I decided to just go outside, film this because I had the idea, went with it. So that is the reason I'm out here, and as you can see, the garden is a tiny bit overgrown. We are just waiting just to get all of this sorted, but that has also given me the opportunity to do a video like this using these kind of things as props, I guess, and I made it work. Just a small bonus tip: if you ever see things like these rushes or anything, don't be afraid to get creative, get someone to crouch down, use the shallow depth of field like we talked about, and you will get some stunning images, and just edit them however you see fit. And some of the images that you can produce in something that looks like this can be absolutely amazing. That is the bonus tip to go away with today. If you found this video in any way, interesting, informative, something you didn't know before, make sure to leave just a thumbs up. And if you wanted to see any other things relating to a photography concept or a technique or anything that you want, make sure just to comment it below. And if you find my channel anyway interesting, just give it a wee subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.